day to you all, and welcome to the Bad Day Excellence Podcast, the podcast where we turn those tough days into stepping stones for greatness. Hello, I'm Brian Walsh, a relentless optimist with over a decade of experience in marketing, software development, leadership, and business development. Over this time, I have lost over 100 pounds, run a marathon, built a successful freelancing business, and worked with some of the most inspiring people I have ever met. I'm here to help build your good habits that create clarity, success, and a meaningful life, even when life feels chaotic. Every week, we'll dive into the art of habit formation and how you can apply it to your career, parenting, relationships, and beyond. Today's episode is all about building a habit of finding money. We'll break it down step by step, so by the end, you'll have an actionable takeaway to make a positive shift starting now. Ready to turn a bad day into your next breakthrough? Let's get started. Since 2019, inflation has grown over 20%. This means you have to spend about $1.20 today for every dollar you would have spent in 2019. The government has slowed inflation down from its peak in 2021, but prices continue to persist as we turn the page on another year. So I'm going to share some ways to find money to help ease some of this pain. What do I mean by finding money? We aren't talking about checking the couch cushions for loose change, although I did find 33 cents the other day, which went right into my son's piggy bank. No, I want to talk about ways to earn extra income or implementing practical habits to minimize your financial burdens, but making it fun, or at least I find it fun. First, let's shift your mindset from savings or earnings as found money. I once found $50 on a manhole while crossing the street, and it felt amazing. Found money is fuel for forward momentum. So let's build the habit of finding money. Every habit can be broken down to 3 parts. You have the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue, that's the trigger that starts it all. The routine, that's the action that happens after the trigger. And of course, the reward. It's that feeling or in this case, the little extra money in your pocket. Let's start with the cue. What is the one thing in your life that exists today that you can use to trigger this habit of finding money? How about we set up a reminder on our phone? Set it for every first Sunday of the month. And let's set aside about 5-10 minutes and choose a spot in your house or apartment that isn't related to leisure activities, like the kitchen table or a home office. Again, just allocate 5 to 10 minutes and let's do a financial review. Focus on one area like your monthly subscriptions, online shopping history, credit card programs, work HR programs, anything that involves money in your life. Don't overthink it and keep it small. We're looking for progress, not perfection. Next, what is the routine, right? Let's identify opportunities to find money. One thing my wife and I do is review any credit card offerings that are available, like the Dunkin' credit that auto redeems when we buy munchkins for my kids. And there's also an amazing $20 credit for subscribing to Disney Plus and Hulu. This found money trick actually saved us money since it was costing us $12 a month for just Disney Plus, and now it's $2 a month, and we get Hulu content as well. Spending money on a credit card still requires a good amount of discipline. Good habits around making sure that you pay your credit card down every month. And my wife and I, we built this habit kind of by accident. I signed up for American Express at one time and not realizing that we needed to pay for it at the end of every month, we forced ourselves into it. And it's worked out amazingly. We were able to really hone in on this same habit over and over and over again with our other credit cards as well, and making sure that we don't accrue that high interest debt. Remember, it's about consistency, and we want to build the consistency of making our money work for us, not against us. Another example of winning the finding money game is through your insurance. Many insurance programs are now offering incentives to be active or increase your financial literacy. We currently earn about $1,000 extra a year through my wife's health insurance alone. Just making sure we get at least 10,000 steps in a day for at least 12 days in a month, that earns us a whopping $40 a month. And then another $250 per person per year through an annual checkup, sitting in on webinars, and reading articles. This is found money. This is not something that I needed to be technical about or check in every single day and spend 8 hours a week just to add this money into our pocket. No, we fit this within our day. We do it at our pace, and we continue to work towards progress. Not sure if your insurance has something like this? Go ask your HR rep. If they don't know, then go to Google and type in your insurance provider and add the words incentive program. I have a ton of these finding money tricks on my website at baddayexcellence.com, but you can always reach out to me via email at baddayexcellence@gmail.com. One thing to keep in mind, you are increasing your taxable income. So at the end of the year, you may see a dip in your paycheck because of the taxes that your company still has to take out for this found money. Finally, we have arrived to the reward phase. You found money. It feels oh so good. Keep track of your found money. Create levels of achievement. Decide what this money is for. Set up rules around how you'll allocate this money and stay honest with yourself. Maybe you're financially secure and this is just a little bump to go out and splurge a little. One year, we bought new pots and pans. Every time I use them, I remember and feel good about the fact that this was bought with found money. Over the last few months, my wife and I, we've been shifting our goals financially and allocated now $20 of our monthly found money towards a public.com brokerage account and have been investing into ETF stocks that pay dividends for long-term growth of passive income. This may sound like a lot, but every time you play the game, you create an opportunity to build better habits, and that's how you win. Consistency. Okay, we've gone over what is the habit of finding money, which is a mindset shift from just increasing your savings to gaming the system and winning at money. Then we touched on how to create a good habit loop that not only has a low cost of 5 to 10 minutes of your time once a month, but it also has such an upside that you can't afford not to add this into your life. Let's wrap this up and work towards taking our first tiny bite of this huge elephant that is financial stability and freedom. Here are 2 actions you need to choose from right now. Grab something to write with and write the following. I am the best at finding money and will keep getting better with every attempt. Or open up a search engine and type in the name of your insurance company and add the words incentive program at the end. Then click the first link that matches what you are looking for and start learning about any opportunities you may actually have today to find money. What I want to press upon you is that action creates motivation, and motivation will get you to your first bad day. And what we want to do is consistently build in a habit of action. Once you've completed one of these actions, send me an email at baddayexcellence@gmail.com or find me on Instagram at WalshMeGrow and just send me a message. And I just want to hear, because together we can keep each other accountable and work towards building other great habits. For more ideas for finding money and other great information about building habits that will last through life's chaos, subscribe to the channel and go to baddayexcellence.com to deep dive into habit formation. This is your Habit Craft Guide and your biggest champion, Brian Walsh, and thank you so much for listening to the Bad Day Excellence Podcast.